I'll go through some information first, and Catherine, but then come back to you, and maybe 30 minutes of information about goal mapping, and then we do the coaching. But I'm very, very pleased that you volunteered, and we've never spoken before this night, so there has been no preparation or rehearsal or those things. So thank you for stepping forward and agreeing to be the person to be coached. Please do write in the chat where you're joining from tonight. Myself and Vicky, I'm going to turn my camera around. Look, here's Vicky sat on the hotel bedroom. We're in, looks like Harry Potter land. We're up in Scotland, near we're in a very old place that looks just like something from Harry Potter. It's a castle, and we're here to do some goal mapping with some corporate clients, and so needing to run the presentation tonight from our hotel, but we think the Wi-Fi connection is good. Everything seems to be connecting okay. Great to see you tonight, Cephas. There are some goal mapping certified coaches on the call tonight, and I would ask those people that know, hi Cephas, the people that know goal mapping well or are certified in goal mapping. So Cephas is Senior Certified Goal Mapping Practitioner. Marion is doing her goal mapping coaching at the moment, but already has a lot of knowledge on goal mapping. And there are others here tonight that know goal mapping. So what I would ask is, because we have more than 100 people registered for the call, and we're not sure how many will show, of course. But if you know goal mapping, if people are writing a message in the chat and you know goal mapping, please do help to answer the messages, because there are only me and Vicky here tonight, and there may be many questions. I'm going to go through some of the basic information on goal mapping and how to use it with authentic happiness in just a few moments. The first thing that I would like, though, however, is if you would just write where you are joining from tonight, because we have people join our monthly masterclass from so many places. Obviously here in England, and many places in England, but also, of course, many other countries in the world. And tonight already there are people joining from different countries. So always interesting to see where you are joining from. I've been running a corporate goal mapping workshop today with business leaders. And one of the questions we were asking is, what is your goals for 2023? And what is your mindset for 2023? And what picture do you have in your mind for how 2023 will be? If you have a goal, an important goal for 2023, please write it in the chat. We'd love to know what it is. And what's your mindset? What is your viewpoint to 2023? Do you think it's going to be a great year? Do you think it's going to be a tough year? Again, please do write in the chat. As we move through the presentation tonight, and you have questions, if you write them, me, Vicky, and people certified in goal mapping and others here on the call, we will do our best to answer you. I'm going to go straight into the presentation now, and I'm going to move through the first parts of the presentation really quite quickly, because we have 2 hours this evening, and I want to focus that time onto the coaching. And here's the thing with the coaching. If you are just watching and not intending any doing, it's going to be a bit of a waste of your time. The goal mapping system works. It works really well. It's been working really well for a long time, and it requires you to work it. And so tonight, please do follow through. Create your goal map. If you wish to, you can download the paper templates and you can create your goal map on paper. I've been doing this today with the executives in my corporate goal mapping workshop. However, all of them today after the workshop were a way to create their goal maps on the digital. They started on paper, but then they recreated the same map on the digital as we are going to use tonight with Anne Catherine. And the reason they do that is because the digital is more powerful. And the reason the digital goal mapping is more powerful is because it allows you to update your map, to keep it alive, to personalize it with images and photos you desire. And all of that means that you achieve your goals faster and more fully than just writing them down or drawing the pictures on paper, as we have done with goal mapping for many years. So let me go into the presentation. I'll be stopping it a little while, and when I stop the presentation, I'll be reminding everyone of some of these key points. Let me make sure then that the screen share is on, and let me just see, check from Vicky, can see my presentation. She's giving me a yes from the distance. So we run, when I say we, myself, Vicky, and some of my trainers who help as well, run these free monthly masterclasses. And in these masterclasses, there is a free masterclass every month. We cover how to create a goal map for the different important areas of life. And the main principles of creating a goal map stay the same in all of the different maps, but there are some small and important differences between the different maps. And tonight, the focus is on creating a goal map for authentic happiness. And I'll explain more about my distinction and definition of authentic happiness in just a little while. Life is many things to many people, but one thing we can say for sure is that life is a path. Sadly, for some people, life is only a short path. They don't get to experience very much of it. And for other people, life is a very long path. My mother is 95, and she's had an incredible path through life since her birth in 1927, a century ago almost. I've been teaching goal mapping and traveling my path of personal development for around 30 years. And the message has stayed consistent. The photograph of me here from 1995, the year that I started teaching goal mapping, and the message is the same now. Your thoughts create your reality, both in yourself and in your life. Goal mapping is a way that you help yourself create or manifest your chosen reality rather than it being an unconscious choice and manifestation. And so here is a goal map. This is one of my most important goal maps because it's a goal map about my purpose with goal mapping, and my target, my big goal is to reach 7 million people, to help lift the lives of 7 million people around the world using goal mapping. And I've defined the side goals. So we've got main goal in the center, 7 million, side goals, helping people in business, helping people in education, helping people in the community, helping people with well-being. And the main way that I've achieved that is by writing books, creating the online software. But the most important and powerful aspect, without any question, has been the many people who have chosen to become certified to teach goal mapping. Some of them are business leaders, some of them are coaches, life coaches, some are therapists, some are trainers, school teachers. They come from many areas of life, but they have a uniting passion to make a difference in the world. And goal mapping is a tool they can use. Businesses like goal mapping, here are some of the more famous names that have goal mapping workshops, and many of these organizations send their own people to become certified in the system. And my great passion has been to help schools and educational authorities learn goal mapping. This is the Cambridge Leadership Association, with students coming from around the world to learn young leadership, and they've used goal mapping for many years. Sports people are using goal mapping. Kathleen Konya here is a 3 times world championship kickboxer who's become one of the certified trainers. And even the world's top coaches like Anthony Robbins have endorsed the system. And now here in these monthly master classes, we are focusing on creating a whole series of goal maps. It starts with one map to create a picture of your best life in the future. And this is something that we did recently, both in the masterclass in December, if you were on that masterclass, and we also covered how to create a goal map for living your best life in our yearly global gathering workshop, which took place last weekend. And tonight, we're moving on to the first of a series of focused goal maps so that you can give extra detail and increase power to the important areas of your life. And if you see here in the mandala, right in the center, best life, but then around the outside, we have mental, emotional, physical, financial, or material, social and spiritual. And so each month, we create a goal map for one of these areas. Now, there is a very specific process that I recommend if you want your goal maps to work for you in the most powerful way and you want to achieve the highest level of success. And that is to create one map per month. And then for the month, when you create the map, you follow through looking at the pictures and saying the words of your map to make the brain cell connections really strong before then creating a new map in the next month. 30 days, a lunar cycle, is a really good period of time to establish the brain cell connections that form new beliefs and habit patterns and attitudes that is the power behind you achieving goals. And so tonight we're going to focus on a goal map for authentic happiness. I'm going to recommend that you create that map tonight. If you don't do it all tonight, you finish it tomorrow. And then every day for 30 days, just like I do, I'm not asking you to do anything that I'm not doing. For 30 days, print your map out, look at your map, and as you look at the pictures, say the words. Because this is what helps to form the brain cell connections. 30 days. And then 1 month from now, we will have a new masterclass where we will focus on a goal map for raising self-esteem and feeling fantastic. And I think for the next masterclass, I'm also away, but in Italy, so it'll be a different hotel. And then in March, another goal map, this time focused on vibrant well-being. Again, you look at the map for 30 days to form the brain cell connections before we move on to a new map. Financial freedom or career, material success, and then loving relationships, and also a purposeful living. And so a series of goal maps, and in creating these goal maps for these different areas of life, you form the brain cell connections that create a neural net that activate both sides of your brain that help you to manifest your desires, that it helps you to be your best person, do your best work, live your best life. And my life has been a little unusual. I was born into a traveling gypsy carnival family, and my father owned a fun fair. We traveled around all the time. I didn't go to school very much. I never learnt to read and write. I didn't take any qualifications. I left school before 13, and I worked with my father to help him run his fun fair and amusement business, which we opened at the seaside on the Isle of Wight. I become the youngest person in England to be given a license to open a nightclub, a disco. And I was very successful at the disco for 13 years. But then my situation in life changed because my customers started going to Ibiza instead of the Isle of Wight, different island they chose. And the family business went out of business. And so the disco closed down. And at age 29, I was £1 million in debt, homeless, unemployed, alone because my marriage had ended, with no qualifications and without the ability to read and write properly. Life was looking dark. I was feeling scared. And the turning point for me was that I discovered personal development by joining a sales organization who had arranged a personal development workshop. And the coach at the workshop started to explain the power of positive thinking and self-improvement, and it became a huge life change. And within just 1 year, I had taught myself to read. I'd taken my sales performance to the highest level in the team, and I'd begun to make presentations. I was recruited to join a training company in London in 1994, and a year later, I was teaching the goal mapping system that we're covering tonight. I've been on stage with lots of different speakers around the world, famous people. I've spoken in more than 30 countries. And the thing that most helped me was the simple science of positive thinking and how to set goals in the most powerful way. I'm moving through all the content quickly because I think there are probably many people tonight who have also been on the other presentations recently. And so I don't want to spend a lot of time talking about the history of goal mapping or my personal story. And even with this next section of content, which is very powerful and very important, there are a number of people that have seen me present it recently that I know are on the call tonight. So we're going to move through it quickly. But this was the big turning point in my life. And it started with this quote from Henry Ford, which almost everybody has heard before. If you think you can, you can. Not many people, though, understand the simple science behind the saying. And the science stems from the fact that all of us have a lot of brain cells. The estimate is you have 100 billion brain cells, and each one of your 100 billion brain cells or neurons are represented by the black dot, grows these arms and branches called dendrites and axon. And when you have a thought, it starts in the middle of the brain cell, it travels out along the branch, it wants to join with another branch, but there's a little gap in the center called the synaptic gap that separates all of the brain cells and arms. Now, here is the key point. If the thoughts you choose to think is positive, that can be a positive thought about yourself, can be a positive thought about your life, it can be a positive thought about your work, it can be a positive thought about you achieving authentic happiness. If your thought is positive, it triggers the release of a chemical into your brain called serotonin. Serotonin is the happiness chemical. Focus your mind right now onto a positive thought, and within a few moments, you trigger serotonin and you will feel happy. Yeah, there are many scientific papers written on this, but you can know it in your own experience. Here is the next important point. Serotonin is neuroconductor. It joins the brain cells together. It helps your thought to continue on its journey, and you build up this positive pattern of thought that gives you the aha moment. And when you have that moment, oh yeah, I've got this new idea. That is the joining of two or more brain cells. And when they join, they release the serotonin. So you're going to feel good. Oh yeah, motivated. Unfortunately, quite quickly after having the aha moment, the brain cells separate and they break apart again. And this is why it's very important to understand the science of positive thinking and goal setting, because when we remind, when we rejoin the brain cells together by setting a goal, the brain cells fire together, they wire together. Every time you repeat the same thought, if you tell yourself, yeah, I'm going to do this, yeah, I'm going to do this, the brain cells join. It's like they have glue tack. They gradually get stickier and stickier, and do it for 30 days, and the connection is established. And this is what happens when we set a goal. When we set a goal, we remind ourselves of what it is we've decided is important. We say, okay, yeah, I'm going this way, I'm doing this thing. If you put your goal onto paper, it makes it more powerful. If you will look at your goal once a day, it makes it more powerful. If you will add some imagery to your written words, it makes it more powerful. Each of these things that makes your goal more powerful are like the combinations that you need to get in alignment to open your treasured chest of potential. And so setting your goal and reminding yourself of your goal strengthens the brain cell connection. And at first it's weak, it's just an opinion. Well, I think I can do it. And then gradually it grows into a stronger connection, a belief, I am going to do it. And then on to a knowingness, I know I can do it, a feeling of certainty, I'm definitely going to do this. And as we make these connections in our brain, so it's helping us to work with both our right brain vision and having a lot of creativity and ideas, and also our left brain logic. And we need both. Success, especially in modern life, is whole brain game. We need to be able to think creatively, come with new ideas, find answers. And we also need to work strategically, logically. And when we have the balance between the two, we are most effective. Brain balance, like self-balance, life balance, is not set of scales balance, okay? It's iterative, infinity sign dynamic balance, one side affecting the other side. So it's an ongoing thing, is to achieve life balance. As we address one side, we also need to correct with the other side. If you think you cannot achieve your goals, well, you will not achieve your goals. Because when we think negatively about ourselves and our life and our situation, we release a different chemical into our brain, cortisol. It gives us the feeling of sadness, and cortisol is a neuroinhibitor. And so our brain is closing down, but also our body shuts down. Lymph system, digestive system, immune system, all close down. And so we go into fear so that we can survive an attack by a wild animal. And in ancient times, when the main danger for humans was being ate by a hungry bear or saber-toothed tiger, fight or flight, fear, survival was a great thing. In modern life, when the problem is not having enough money to provide a good life for ourselves and our loved ones, or learning how to make ourselves happy, then going into fear really doesn't work. And authentic happiness hinges on our ability to choose our thoughts. And when we set a goal, we are choosing our thoughts, and we are choosing thoughts that please us. We are choosing a vision of our future, and we are choosing to think about the things that give us a good feeling. That releases serotonin, which creates a feeling of happiness. It also forms the brain cell connections that help us to work with both our left and right brain so that we are being our best. And goal mapping does this in a particularly powerful way because of the use of words and pictures. Left side of the brain is thinking in words. Right side of the brain is thinking in pictures. And we need to use both left brain logic, right brain creativity so that we can be effective. And goal mapping uses words and pictures, not only to activate both sides of the brain, but also to command our subconscious mind that works like our own personal autopilot to move us towards the achievement of our goals and dreams and wishes. Now, here's my goal map for authentic happiness. And I reviewed this again today and just updated it with the things that are important to me and make me happy. And in the past, I've drawn my goal maps on paper. And then each year I've drawn a new goal map. But now with the digital goal mapping, instead of drawing a new map, I keep alive the existing map. It's like a living document. And this is what I will be guiding Anne Catherine in the coaching in just a little while from now to create her goal map. And she will be able to keep working with that map for as long as she wants to, adding new insights and ideas. Authentic happiness, I believe, is the highest level of success. I'm often working with groups of executives, such as I've been doing today, and many of them, of course, are very, very successful and extremely financially successful, but not always happy. Unfortunately, quite often, the newspaper, wherever you live, will carry the headlines of someone rich and famous who we think must be living a wonderful life, but actually in secret, the person is so unhappy that they end their life and they commit suicide because they're so unhappy, even though it seems they would have achieved everything that would make you happy. They are not happy. And many people chase the achievement of things to get their life the way they would wish it to be, thinking that if they get their life on the outside in the right way, it will make them happy on the inside. And it does sometimes, but not always, because the simple truth is that happiness comes not really from how our life is, but how we think about how our life is. And we can have a wonderful life, but think negatively about it. And if we think negatively about our life, the cortisol will lower our self-esteem and we will feel unhappy. Authentic happiness is really about learning to choose your thoughts to create happiness in yourself regardless of the situation of your life. The happiness of authentic happiness comes from the inside out. The opposite, which is what most people experience, is random happiness. Random happiness is when life suddenly is the way you think it should be for you, and because life is the way you think it should be for you, everything's right, everything's perfect, and you're happy. Some random thing happens in your life and it triggers for you some happiness. The challenge here is that life is full of highs and lows, ups and downs. And as we move along our path, our life path, so there is this rise of high and low. And sometimes we're up on a high in life and we rise up and we shine. Everything's going good in our day and we feel good and we feel like, oh, it's all going the way that I wish it. And we shine, we're bright and we're happy. And then other days, it is not going the way that we wish, and we fall down into shadow and we feel low. And of course, life will always have highs and lows. And the great challenge is many people become like a puppet and life is pulling their strings. If the day is going the way they think it should, they're happy. And if it's not, they're sad. They are allowing life to dictate their happiness and sadness. Many people just become a little of each. In English, we call it gloomy, where it's not quite bright and it's not quite dark and it's in between the two. It's gloomy. And many people become gloomy. They're neither on a high nor on a low. They're just in some middle place, which is not so great. The teaching of authentic happiness is to choose your thoughts. And by choosing to focus on what is right in yourself and in your life, you shine. And when you shine, you start to live your life above the line. Every so often, someone comes on to one of my presentations and they say something that really sticks in my mind. And Jonas was on a presentation a little while ago, and he said, I was listening to something the other day, and if you're 51% happy, you're on the right side of the line. And I think it's just a simple truth. Well done, Jonas. You know, it's a simple thing. If you can be just 51% happy, you're above the line. Okay. Now, if you can be more than that, more than 51 above the line, great. But being above the line, and the most important time to be above the line. So if you say it's 50% positive, 50% negative, the most important time to work with your mind and choose your thoughts to be above the line is when things are not going good. It's easy to be above the line and think positive when things are going good. When things are not going good, that's the important time, because whatever we think about, we move towards. And so sometimes we spiral down. Life isn't going well. We think negatively, we feel negatively, and act negatively, and it's a downward spiral. And other times, of course, it's an upward spiral. And this will happen automatically, triggered by the different situations in life. The important thing here is the understanding, and I think probably nearly everyone here tonight on the call understands it, because it's one of the fundamental teachings in personal development. But if we are acting as coaches, it's very important we share this information with others. You can choose. Bottom line, okay? You can choose your thoughts. Even in the most negative of situations, you can choose to focus on what's right. You can search for what you are grateful for. And by focusing your mind onto what is right, what you're grateful for, what you hope for, the serotonin release forms the connections where you start to see more ideas, more ways that you can overcome the difficulties you face. And it helps you to feel a greater sense of hope and motivation. And it helps lift your self-esteem so you move to a higher level. It starts with choosing your thoughts. Choose to be happy. Focus on what is right. If you focus on what is right with you, so one of the, and we're going to do this in the next masterclass a month from now. My coach, my mentor, many years ago, gave me an exercise. He said, go in the bathroom, Brian, look yourself in the mirror, in the eye, and say 5 times with feeling, I like myself, I like myself, I like myself. It was so hard I couldn't do it. Because the truth was I did not like myself at that time. I was not happy with myself. My self-esteem was low. If you will say, I like myself, that thought triggers a release of serotonin. The serotonin lifts your self-esteem. Because the more you like yourself in a genuine way, that you are at peace with yourself, in harmony with yourself, and the more you raise your natural, authentic confidence and self-esteem. People who do not like themselves, people that look in the mirror and say, I hate myself, have low self-esteem. Because if you do not like yourself, you're releasing the opposite. You're releasing cortisol, not serotonin, and you lower your self-esteem. Not only your self-esteem, but your well-being, because it affects the body chemistry. Focusing on what's right in yourself and in your life helps you to not only feel good, but to find answers to problems. And the serotonin release builds your self-esteem. And so more often you're living with positive emotions and an attitude of gratitude, which in turn empowers your physiology, so you are empowered in your actions, as well as more healthy, because serotonin boosts your immune system, which is why now doctors are changing the way they deliver news and treat people with medicine, because it's been recognized scientifically what people have been saying for hundreds and thousands of years, that if you're feeling good about yourself, it helps you to heal and recover more quickly. Choosing happiness helps us to shape our life in the way we would wish. There are many things that I want to achieve in my life. I want to build my dream home with Vicky, and we want to travel many places, and we want to do the work we're doing, and there's a lot of things we want to achieve to get our life the way that we think we want it to be. And we choose to be happy right now in the day, because the day is always bringing difficulty. The last 2 days, I will not go into detail, the last 2 days have been so difficult, with some things not going as planned and challenging us. And we could have gone into meltdown about the things that were not working, or we can just choose to stay positive and look for the solutions. And it's by choosing to stay positive and be happy that you actually give yourself more power to shape your life the way you want it to be. And of course, shaping your life the way you want it to be helps you to think more positively without so much effort. Somebody questioned me on this a little while ago, and they were saying, well, if you can choose to be happy, Brian, why bother trying to get your life the way you want it to be? And the answer that just popped into my mind is that many years ago, I learned hypnosis. And I learned how I could work with my mind not to feel pain at the dentist when they were drilling my teeth. And so instead of having the injection in the gum, I would use my mind and positive thinking to block out the pain so that I didn't need the injections. But the point here is, just because I can work with my mind to block out the pain and make myself happy while the dentist is drilling my teeth, I don't want to live with the dentist every day. So we want to have a balance between working with our mind and choosing to be happy, as well as, of course, getting our life the way we wish it to be by setting goals so it supports us in being happy because we feel we are achieving the things that are important to us in our life. Now, if you are creating your goal map tonight, as I've already mentioned, you can use the paper templates or work with the online system, which I really believe is a much more powerful. I'm going to take away the PowerPoint presentation. I'm going to ask Anne-Catherine to share her her screen in just a second. Before she does, I want to just show what to do in terms of following through. If you will open up a tab on your web browser, as I'm doing now, I've got Google up. You can have the Zoom playing in the background. And while the Zoom is playing in the background, you can bring up the goal mapping website, goalmapping.com. I'm already subscribed for the online software. If you are not subscribed, you can scroll down the website. Close the dock here. You can scroll down and sign up. You can sign up at the free level. You don't need to pay anything this evening unless you want to upgrade. I'm going to just log in because I'm already signed up. It's going to bring you here into the home page, and the place where you want to go to follow through is here, My Goal Maps. And then here, Create New Goal Map. And I'm showing 3 different maps because I'm on the premium level, and many of you will see one map, which is the goal map. Click on that, and it will bring you into the first of the 7 steps of goal mapping that I'm going to guide Anne-Catherine through. And so I'm going to stop at this point with my screen share. And I'm going to ask Anne-Catherine if you're ready to unmute your microphone and open your goal mapping web account when you're ready, and then to share your screen here on Zoom so that I can see your screen and I can guide you through creating your goal map. Do you know how to share your screen, Anne-Catherine?
I see it's a green share screen down.
Yep, so you click that first, and that will bring then another box, another panel, and there will be many different boxes and options. But if you look down in the right-hand corner, there will be a little button that says share. Click there again, it will share your screen.
Okay, I'll try.
For everybody else, please do follow through. Goal mapping works so incredibly well that it's reached more than 5 million people around the world without advertising. But of course, you need to work it. It doesn't work just by knowing about it. It works by you working it. Okay, well done. We can see your screen, Anne-Marie, and I see you've got a goal map you've already been working on. Do you want to go through the process and refresh this map? or do you want to start again with a new map?
You can look at my map now and maybe coach me through some changes.
Okay.
Because I started it earlier today because I've been online with you one more time, and then I never, I didn't have the time to make the map. I thought maybe I start a little bit early today.
First thing I want you to do is to click where it says My Goal Map in the box with the big black letters towards the top. So just a little way down, come down, up a little. The big black letters, it says My Goal Map.
There.
Yes, click there. So this is the title of your goal map. And I want you to give a title for your map that is something that will be a strong meaning for you. So maybe you're calling it My Happiness Goal Map or My Happiness. And I want it to be your words, not my words, but what would you call it? For everyone else, please do follow through as we go through here with Anne-Catherine. Give a name for your map, because if you're going to follow through over the coming months, you will have many maps. And so it's good to be able to look at the list of maps and to see instantly which one is which. Well done, Anne-Catherine. Okay, so the first thing we're going to do before we look at any of your goals, Anne-Catherine, is we're going to go through a guided visualization, because maybe you will see some new things that you didn't see before. And also this will help the other people to create their map. So if you have opened your account, if you've opened your map ready, then the next thing to do is just to sit back for a moment and relax. I'm just going to make myself a little more comfortable, as the heating is now working in the hotel. It's warmed up a little. And we're going to go through short relaxation and guided visualization. And many of you will have done this with me before. Tonight, we're going to focus the visualization a little more than normal into what makes you happy. Remember, this is a goal map about authentic happiness, you choosing to be happy. So if you're ready, please sit back, make yourself comfortable. I always recommend close your eyes. I'm going to close my eyes. If you are happy to close your eyes, good. If you do not wish to, it's okay. I want you to take nice, big, deep breath in through your nose, please, Anne-Catherine. And everybody else, of course. And now breathe out through your mouth, always in through the nose, out through the mouth. Breathe out now through the mouth. As you breathe out through your mouth, I want you to say, relax 3 times to yourself and in your first language, whether that is Norwegian or Swedish or Finnish or wherever you are tonight, speak in your first language.
Slapp av. Slapp av. Slapp av.
Well done. And now again, a deep breath in through your nose, please. And this time, as you breathe out slowly through your mouth, saying the words, I am, 3 times to yourself and in your own language.
Jag avslappad. Jag avslappad. Jag avslappad.
And one more time now, a deep breath in through your nose. And this time, as you are breathing out slowly through your mouth, saying the words, within 3 times to yourself and in your own language.
Inne med,
Well done. I want you now to imagine a stream of relaxation flowing in through the top of your head like white light, soothing and relaxing all of the areas that it touches. Imagine relaxing your scalp and your forehead and your cheeks and your tongue and your jaw. Give yourself permission to become completely relaxed. Imagine this white light relaxation flowing in through your body, moving deeper in through your neck now, relaxing your shoulders, arms and hands, all the way to the tips of your fingers, giving yourself permission to become completely relaxed as the relaxation moves even deeper, relaxing your chest, relaxing your stomach, into your hips, thighs, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. A gentle wave of relaxation softly flowing through your body. Imagine now walking along a beautiful sandy seashore, clear blue skies, soft waves, a warm sun. As you walk along this beautiful beach, you find a small blue bottle poking from the sand. As you pick up the bottle, the top comes open, and there appears a large blue shining genie. The genie says, a jinn, it says, your wish is my command. Anything you truly desire, I will grant you. Take yourself forward in time now, please. I want everyone to imagine walking through their ideal day of their ideal life with your ideal level of authentic happiness. Starting from when you first wake in the morning, and what is the feeling you have, and Catherine, I just want you to notice it. And I want you to notice what your ideal day of authentic happiness looks like in every way, starting from when you first awake. Are you starting your ideal day of authentic happiness with giving time to yourself? Maybe to work with a gratitude list, thinking of all the different things that you feel grateful for and are enriching your life in some way. Maybe reading a list from the past, or maybe writing a new list. Perhaps you're starting your ideal day of authentic happiness by giving yourself some time for meditation, or maybe early morning exercise, or appreciating a healthy, balanced breakfast. And maybe you are grateful for starting your day with others, or maybe you are choosing to be on your own and in your own space and energy and time. I want you to move through an ideal day with you feeling authentically happy about yourself and life, and notice the difference that being authentically happy makes to every area of our life. As you move through your best day, notice how being happy helps you to be better within your work, more productive, getting on more with colleagues and clients, seeing yourself reaching your work goals and achievements in the best way for you. Notice how being happy helps you to be more creative, to have more ideas, to be an innovator, where you are seeing improvements on the existing that you work with. Notice how being more happy helps you to feel better about yourself. Happiness about yourself, helping you to raise your self-esteem and to feel more self-confident. Notice how choosing to focus on the positive and to be happy helps you to be more healthy, boosting your immune system, feeling more motivated for exercise, sport, or diet. Notice how being happy helps you to increase your economy, to be more motivated within your work, and to be more financially rewarded for the work that you do. Notice how being a little more happy each and every day is helping you to have greater harmonious relationships with family and friends and people within your community. And finally, notice how achieving authentic happiness is helping you to feel the energy and surge of power to go and make a difference to others, maybe in your local community, maybe wider in society, or maybe even you will choose to make a difference globally. See all the different sides of how the central goal of raising your happiness helps you in all the important areas of your life. I want you to see it as clearly as you can, that the central goal of being happy and the difference that makes in the other important areas of your life. And from that future place, look back to this time, see the journey you have traveled, the things you have done, the path you have walked to achieve that future happiness. And now bring back all good ideas, insights, and intentions from that future time. Bring them back now to this time, this moment. And when you feel ready, open your eyes. Now, for everybody following through, please write 5 things that represent for you being authentically happy. I want you to first and foremost think about a statement that represents authentic happiness for you. Mine is, I claim my bliss. And I'll maybe show my authentic happiness goal map before we finish tonight. But I want you to think about, firstly, a central statement of being happy, and then areas of your life that are improved by you being happy. Now, you can write short statements so that you are in the flow and are able to follow through easily. And then when you are ready, you can come back to any of your goal statements and you can work with them, edit them a little, and raise the power. And I'm going to engage now in the coaching process of turning the statements into affirmations. And we're going to follow 3 or 4 simple keys that are very ancient and very powerful. You will find them in wisdom literature going back thousands of years around the world in different cultures. And once you understand the process, it's easy to follow through. And so, Anne Catherine, And if you are ready, I would like you to click on the edit button of your first statement where it says, I have authentic happiness. If you will click on the button there at the end. Okay. And before we start, Anne-Catherine, let me just ask you, do you have any questions? Because we haven't had any preparation time, which we would have in a normal coaching session. Are there questions that you would like to ask me before we go any further this evening?
The first I've written is I have authentic happiness, but that is the main dream. Should that be there then, or?
In a focused goal map, it is absolutely right to have as the first thing, I have authentic happiness. But there are some small changes we can make that will increase the power of your statement. And what I would like you to do as a starting place is I want you to read the words out loud so I can hear them. And as you read the words, I want you to connect with how strong the words feel for you emotional. Okay. Now we're going to give a score between 1, which is low, and 10, which is high. Okay. And so read the words out loud one time, please, Anne-Catherine.
I have authentic happiness.
And if you give a score, what is the number? 1 low, 10 high?
Maybe 7, 8.
Okay, that's good. And so let us play with the words a little. The first thing I would like you to try is to change the word have and instead write the word am. I am. And now we need to change the word authentic to authentically. And we can change the word happiness into happy. Now, here is the limitation we have this evening, Anne-Catherine. When you're writing goals and saying the goal, it will always be more powerful, or most times more powerful, in your own language. But my Norwegian is like nothing. So if you're writing and speaking in Norwegian, I'm going to be guessing. And so unfortunately, we need to do in English. But if I explain the principle and you understand it, and this is true for all the other people watching this evening, if you understand the principle, then you can rewrite your goal map in your own language, in your mother tongue. Okay? So read the words one time for me, Anne-Catherine, while I listen to the tonality. And again, I want you to get a feeling and give a score for the power, okay?
I'm authentically happy.
I can hear it's a little different. How does it feel for you now?
Better, maybe 9 now.
Okay, let's try one more change. This is a really small change, but often in the coaching of the goal mapping, it's the small changes that are all adding to make big difference, okay? I want you to change first letter of each word into a capital letter. And please, everyone else, follow through. This seems like a very small, simple thing, but it really does increase the power, because when you have the words in big letters, and sometimes some people will write the whole word in big letters, it is having much more impact on the subconscious mind. And you'll find this in all of the ancient teachings about manifestation. If you go study the ancient work, read it one time, please, Anne-Catherine.
I'm authentically happy.
How does it feel now?
It feels really good, but now I've been thinking about the affirmations and
Go on.
or the visualizations you
Yeah.
led us through. So
What are you thinking?
I was thinking about um, filling my house with happy people and family, and maybe travel with my friends and family and spending time with happy people, and
Okay, that's very good.
and also spending time with myself, quiet morning with just myself, and meditation and drinking my coffee.
And look, this is the big advantage in having a coaching rather than doing the goal mapping on your own. It is the job of the coach to help you to see more, okay? Because sometimes when we are setting the goals on our own, we are limited sometimes by our own mind. Click the update button if you are ready. And now let us look at your other goals, but please keep in your mind that new vision that you have just told me. People coming to the house and being happy and drinking. Norway is one of my favorite countries. I've been Norway so many times. I have so many friends there, and people, I think, have a good heart and a good feeling. So if we click another one, open it up, and this is same for everyone else. Please think about your goals. We want to keep making small changes, like focus in the lens of the camera or the tuning dial of the radio. So tell me what this goal means for you, Anne-Catherine.
It means freedom, that I have everything I need to do whatever I want, and to keep my life tidy and balanced and happy.
Okay, so it's saying that you have enough money to create your life the way you would wish it to be. Not too much, but not too little, and it's just right for you. And okay. If you read it one time to me, please.
I'm prosperous.
Now, give a score on how powerful it feels. Be absolutely honest. If it's not feeling powerful, say so.
Can I say it again?
Yeah.
I'm prosperous.
Mm.
I think it's a 10.
You think it's a 10?
Yeah, because now I saw everything I can do because I'm prosperous inside of me.
Okay. Are there any words you would choose to add that help to capture that new vision you have for what these two words mean for you?
Not that comes to my mind.
Then let me make one suggestion.
Okay.
Firstly, that instead of I'm, you write I am. And now, without me even saying, you chose to change the beginning of prosperous with a big P. Well done. Because you understand the principle. When you look at it on the screen, it looks different when you have the capital letters. It looks like it's been carved into stone, that it has more permanence. And it's one of the reasons why making the small change of using big letters has more influence on the subconscious mind. I want you to read it one more time and see if it feels even stronger for you now.
I am prosperous.
And again, how does it feel for you now?
I think it's I'm not sure I can say it's stronger, but I can see the sense in I am became a little bit more
Meaningful.
Meaningful. Yeah, made more sense.
There is a whole teaching about using the words I am, Because when you say I am, what you are really saying is I am the creator of my reality. Okay. And the teaching around I am is that you are creating your life. If you just write a goal like lose weight, which many people will write, you know, or get fit, it's not a command to your subconscious. Writing I am fit and healthy, I weigh 85 kg, whatever the goal is, okay? I am is a power language. Okay, let us update that if you are happy with that. And let us go to the next one where it says I'm balanced, and click on that to open it up. And just tell me, what does this mean for you, this goal?
It means that I have time on my own when I need to, time with family and friends when I want to, and also outside work I have time, because I love my work, but I feel I have not much time after work. So being balanced means I have a lot of time to do whatever I want outside work too.
So it's about balance in your life, and that's helping you to have balance in yourself. And so again, I would ask you, read it one time, give a score, and make the changes if you wish to, because it's really good that you're understanding it. That the goal for me in these monthly masterclasses is that people learn the system and can be self-sufficient without me. Want to read one time?
I am balanced.
And a score for how emotionally powerful it feels for you?
It's 8, 9, 10.
Okay. Is there another word you would like to add to the statement, or more than one word? Sometimes adding another word, especially if it's an emotional word, is really increasing the power.
Happily balanced, maybe, or
Try it.
yeah. I think maybe
sometimes with writing these goal statements, it's like going to a clothing shop and trying on a new garment. And only when we try it on, we get a feeling, we like the look of it, we try it on, yeah, it feels good, and we take it, or it doesn't feel so good, we don't take it. So put in another word. I am, did you say happily balanced? Was that the word you used? Or
yes.
Okay, write it. Say it one time. And tell me how it feels. If it feels stronger or weaker.
I am happily balanced. It's stronger.
Strong. Okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes we can have a longer statement. So it could be, I am happily balanced in my life. And makes it a longer statement. But sometimes the statements become too long because people are going, and there are so many words that it becomes like 3, 4 goals all joined together. And so when we are writing affirmations, we want the balance between not too little words, not too many words, but always making sure we write I and am, and we're writing it present tense. So you're writing it like it's already achieved, because this is part of what triggers your subconscious mind and universe consciousness into making the goal a reality, or manifestation, as it was called in ancient times. What are your thoughts, Anne-Catherine? Are you happy with it the way it is, or is there something you would like to add?
No, I think I'm happy.
Good. Let us update that one. Let us move to the next one, which I have order in my life. So tell me what this means for you, please, Anne-Catherine.
Means that I have a house that I can invite people in, a garden where it's delightful to be in and to have other people in. And also that I have control on everything I have to do and everything I own, so that I don't feel stressed. I know where everything is and what to do. And
Okay, I like it. So read one time. Let's give a score.
I have order in my life.
Okay. And what score will you give for this?
7.
Okay. Let us change it to the capital letters and notice how different it looks as you change the letters now. I recommend everybody else follow in the same way. I know these are small changes with changing the first letter of each word, but it really does make powerful difference. Simple thing to do, but if you are reading the goals to yourself here as we go through the process this evening, you'll notice the change in power as Anne-Catherine is, as she changes her statements. I see you getting a little bit more confident with playing with the words now, Anne-Catherine. That's very good.
I changed it a bit.
I am organized. Yeah, it's good. And then change the I in in and the M in the Y and etc. And then let us read it. Sometimes using the word have is the right word to use. Sometimes using the word am is the right word to use. Sometimes own is the right word to use. So I have, I own, I am, I earn. It depends on the goal you are setting. If you're setting a goal about money, maybe you're saying I earn, or if it's a goal you want to achieve, maybe I have. But in happiness goal map, very often what we are talking about is the way of being in us. And so I am is often the right words to use in a goal map for authentic happiness. Read it one time and give a score, please, Anne-Catherine.
I am organized in my life.
And now give me a score.
9, 10.
Yeah, okay. I can see that you feel good about it. You're picturing being organized, aren't you? And having those things the way they are. I can see it. Okay, good. Let us update it. Last one now. And so this first step of goal mapping, just to let everybody know, is really important that you take a little time to get it right, because it is the foundation of your map. Now, you can come back to this step and you can make changes anytime. But here in the coaching sessions, I always like to make sure that I explain this part as clearly as possible. And many people are almost creating failure for themselves at the beginning of their goal setting by not writing the goal in the correct way. It's so important that we take a little time to get the words of our goal map correct, and that we'll write in the goal as an affirmation, personal, positive, present tense, and if you want to add another dimension, passionate, because the right brain, which deals with emotion, is directly connected to the subconscious. When you're ready, Anne-Catherine, I would ask you to read it one time, please.
I have many happy and authentic friendships.
Okay, very good. And a score you would give for that, Anne-Catherine?
7, 8.
Is there something you would change that would increase the power a little more for you?
I'm not sure, but maybe friends instead of friendships.
Try it.
I have many I have many happy and authentic friends.
Feels better or not?
I'm not sure really.
Okay. Here is one of the wonderful things with digital goal mapping. You do not need to be sure now in this moment. You can come back to your map later tonight, tomorrow, next week, and you can make those small changes. And if you will follow through with the process I recommend tonight of looking at your goal map once each day and saying the words, the new realizations will come. And then it's a very quick and easy thing to update your map with those new realizations. If you're ready, Anne-Catherine, I would ask you, let us go to the next step. And on the next step, we need to make sure that the main goal is in the center. And here in a focus goal map, the main goal is really to be authentically happy. And it was the first goal that you wrote, Anne-Catherine. It was already there when we started this evening. And so it's automatically in the middle, which is good. Sometimes when you're creating a goal map for other things in your life, on this step, people realize the thing they wrote first is not the main goal. And so they want to move everything around. You can move the side goals up and down or from left to right. And so are there any you would wish to move, or does it feel right to you the way it is?
Maybe balanced over prosperous.
Okay, so I want you to click on the balance, and then I want you to click above where it says prosperous, and it will move there. Some people want to have more family things one side or work things another side. You can move them all around. And again, you can come to this step at any time in the future, and you can move around any of the goals. The more pleasing your map is looking when you see it, the more impact it is having on your subconscious mind and influencing law of attraction and universal consciousness. Happy with the way it is now?
Yes.
Let us go next step. Now, I see you've already accessed some pictures here in your map. Sometimes when you are coaching goal mapping like we are doing tonight, the person has already created their map and you are helping the person you're coaching to strengthen their map. And I'm saying this for some of the coaches in training, like Marion, I can see here on the screen. And sometimes you are helping a person to create their map from the very beginning. So here tonight, Anne-Catherine had already made a lot of progress with her map, and we are making it more powerful. The pictures you've chosen, Anne-Catherine, are these pictures that have a strong meaning for you?
Yes.
Okay. Are they pictures that you chose quickly, or are they pictures that you gave more time and thought for?
Some might change a few times, but I did it a little bit quick.
Okay. When you're creating goal maps, it's good to stay in the flow and to be intuitive in the pictures you are choosing. It's also important to find those pictures that have the strongest meaning for you, because the more meaning the picture has, the more brain cell stimulation it creates. And the most powerful pictures will be personal photos. Because when you have a photo of a place that you love, or people you love, or even a selfie of you that you love, that picture is already deeply ingrained into your neurology. And so when you are seeing the picture in your goal map, it triggers brain cell reaction really, really quickly. And so stay in the flow, choose images quickly that are meaningful for you, but also, like the other steps of goal mapping, this is something you can come back to and choose more meaningful images. And just as a demonstration, and Catherine, would you click on one of the image icons so people can see how it works, because there are some new people tonight on the call wanting to follow through. And when you click on the image icon, it opens here in the image library. As you can see, there are lots of different pictures. You can click on any of the pictures. It will go directly into the map. You can also upload your own personal pictures. And the way that you upload your own personal pictures is to click, and if you go back into it one more time, please, Anne-Catherine. Good. And now to click where it says My Images. And you can see it says to browse, and you can click there and you can upload. I won't ask you to do it, Anne-Catherine, because maybe the pictures are private for you, but you can upload there a photo of someone you love, family, children, a place you love. That gives a lot of power. And they go into your personal folder, so nobody else can see them unless you choose to share your goal map publicly. The other thing you can do is you can search the internet. So you see the button above where you are that says search. If you click there, well done. And you can write a keyword like happiness, for instance, into the search, and then click the search, and it will bring free images from the internet that you can use. And if you will go to Google or some of the other websites, of course, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of free images. It works in the same way that you click on any image, it goes directly into your map. And if you are happy with the images, and by all means, change any that you want to change, Anne-Catherine, but if you are happy with these for now, let us go to the next step and to work on the why of your goal map.
I'm happy now, but I know I will change later, but then I will put together images and maybe, I actually made one before.
Okay.
And there is one image I like.
I see it.
Difficult to see, but it's jungling.
You can take a scan of that image, and you can then crop the image, and you can upload the image as a picture into your map. You can actually use that image you have. I'm doing this all of the time with my maps because I've drawn so many images that I like over many years. And so I have all of my maps that I have done the drawing, I have them scanned, I take the picture and I upload here into the online system so I can use them again and again. And definitely something I recommend for you, because I can see you have a connection with those drawings you've done. Congratulations. Okay, and let us move to the next step. And what I would like you to do now, please, Anne-Catherine and everybody else who is following through, is if you will scroll down a little, and now at this point is to write 3 strong emotional reasons why you wish to achieve your goals. And you can see here, because Anne-Catherine had already been working with her goal map, she has her 3 reasons written. And let us go to the first one on the left, please, Anne-Catherine. Let us open it on the edit button, and I would ask you to read it for me one time.
A more relaxed life.
Now give a score 1 to 10 of how powerful it feels when you read the words.
Well, it misses a few things.
Okay,
So-
good. Well done. That for me is a big tick, because it means you're learning the process, and soon you will not need me to say to you, what do you need to change? So what things will you do here to make it more powerful? And again, please, everybody else, remember that when you do your map, writing the words in this way, taking a little time to keep changing the words, as Anne-Catherine is doing, and changing the images really increases the power. Increasing the power is what helps you to achieve the goal. And so making your map as powerful as possible. Read one time, give a score, please, Anne-Catherine.
I am relaxed and happy.
Okay, what score will you give?
9, 10.
Okay, good. Let us update that. Let us go to the next one and apply the same fundamental principles here of turning the statement into an affirmation. And then we're going to add the pictures so that we have the visualization. Affirmation, visualization creates whole brain activation and helps us to achieve self-actualization, manifestation. As you can see here with Anne-Catherine, it's small changes, but gradually it's forming powerful, succinct affirmation for her.
So what, how do you say, I'm feeling
Satisfied. In
Fine,
English,
satisfied.
satisfied. So
like that?
yeah, it's okay. I think if you write it in Norwegian, it's going to be more powerful for you. The spelling of the English is not important, because it's what the word means for you, and you know what the word means, which is satisfied. And I think changing it to Norwegian is going to be more powerful for you. And when you're ready, update the goal statement. And now let us go to the last one. And again, changing the words so that your statement becomes an affirmation. And again, for everybody else, please do follow through. The more powerful the emotion in your why statement, why you want to achieve your goals, the more powerful the emotion, the more powerful the command will be with your subconscious mind. And because we are motivated by emotion, we are not motivated by logic. Anne-Catherine, do you want to read it one time?
I'm surrounding myself with beauty.
Okay. I'd make one suggestion. Take the am away and change the surrounding to just surround. I surround myself with beauty. Read it one time.
I surround myself with beauty.
How does it feel on a score?
8, 9, maybe.
Okay. Again, I think the words in Norwegian may be more powerful for you because English is not your second language. Are you visualizing the words while I'm talking? You were.
I'm trying to translate to Norwegian. But actually, we don't have as many words in Norwegian.
Yeah, to use. I know
so
that.
difficult.
Let us update this for now, if you are happy with it. And let us put 3 quick, simple pictures. Any that you feel are good to use for now. You know you can change them later, but just so that everyone can see. The reason you are seeing it a little different here is because now you've started your personal image library. It will always open on your personal image library. If you go to the categories, so the next tab along, and now you can click any of the folders and open them to choose the pictures you most want to choose. And it will work in exactly the same way as you've been using. It just gives you your personal image library as the preference. So you can see there is the happiness folder with a lot of happiness images. Choose any that feel right for you. Just quick, simple images for tonight, and you can have more meaningful ones as you wish. Good. And again with the next. And as before, you need to click on the categories. Good. Now, anyone that has any questions while Anne Catherine's choosing her photos, please do write your questions in the chat. Although I'm focused on helping Anne Catherine tonight as the volunteer, I will get back to anyone that has questions they want to ask and make sure that everybody can follow through. We run these 3 monthly sessions to help people create their maps and explain the principle. And so any images you want to put in while you're creating your map to be in the flow are good. But then, of course, finding those that have that really deep meaning for you add the extra power. It looks good so far. You happy, Anne Catherine?
Yes, so far. I'm gonna change when I have more time. And
all right, that's good. That's what we want. That's why the digital goal mapping works so extremely well. Let us go to the next step. And here, of course, we want to give the date, and we have a start date that you've already started earlier today, 17th of January. And the system is automatically suggesting 3-month achievement date. Would you like to change that, Anne Catherine, to a different date?
can I take maybe the 7th of April?
Yeah, so click and the diary will open and you can choose any date, any month, even any year you wish to. Is the 7th of April a more meaningful date for you? Why did you choose that one?
Well, it's my birthday, so.
Well, happy birthday in advance.
Thank you.
And let us go to the next step, step 6. Okay, and if you scroll down the page a little. And so we have here 3 things for you to do that help you to achieve the main goal of authentic happiness. And for other people following through, I want you to think about what are the things you can do that help you to achieve authentic happiness. In my authentic happiness goal map, the things that I have written are the things that I'm doing on a daily basis. So looking at my map, making a little time for gratitude, either writing a gratitude list or reading a gratitude list, sometimes meditation, exercise. And what have you written here in the first statement? Meditate and do physical training daily. Okay, very good. And the thing that will make this more powerful, I think you already know, is to use affirmation language. So I meditate. And of course, the capital letters make it more powerful. Well done. Okay, well done. And read one time, please, Anne-Catherine, and give a score.
I meditate and do physical training daily.
Oh, it sounds powerful when you say the words. How does it feel?
I meditate and do physical training daily. It feels like I don't believe it because I have to do physical training. But it doesn't have to be hard. I just have to come up with something that is nice to do.
Which physical training do you think will be the most nice for you to do?
Really, it is to do mountain hiking, but why I don't believe it is because I need a lot more time to do that. But
yeah,
I have all the time, really, so I should be able to.
Okay. I would think a little more about the statement after we're done with the coaching. I'm setting up a personal coaching page for me and you to use so that when you're making changes to your map, I can see them and I can also give you feedback. Sometimes what is important when you are saying I meditate and I do physical training daily is to also give a quantity, because in this part of the map, it's like the plan. It's the things we're going to do to move towards the achievement of the goal. And so maybe I meditate and do physical training 20 minutes each day, 30 minutes each day. But if you're giving a time, it's making it a little more specific. And maybe the starting place is just 10 minutes each day. One of the reasons why many people do not follow through with their goals is because they make some of the first steps too big. And so if there is something we need to do, and as you said, oh, I'm not sure if I believe it, we need to make it a simple step that we can gradually increase. If we're starting with 10 minutes exercise each day, then it's easy to move to 15 minutes or 20 minutes or 1 hour, depending on our situation, of course. If you read it one more time, and it's good in this part of the map, if the statements are a little longer, because this is the part of the map where we want to give a little more detail. And so read it and see how it's feeling, Anne-Catherine.
I meditate and do physical training 30 minutes daily. Maybe a day. Is it better with a day?
What is most important is the words that feel right for you. This is your map. you are commanding your subconscious. I will make suggestions, but always your words will be the most important words. And so if it's feeling correct, if it's feeling good, if you're happy with it for now, let us update. And again, we move to the next one. Again, everybody else, please follow through. Simply write in the box what it is that you feel are the things you need to do to move towards your main goal of achieving authentic happiness. And remember, when you are writing the statements in affirmation, as Anne Catherine is doing now, an affirmation, personal, positive, present tense, it's always increasing the power, the I am that I am language. Okay, so you're saying it that you are the creator of your reality. Okay, let us read this one time, please.
I spend time with positive and happy friends.
And a score.
I spend time with positive and happy friends. Difficult to say now. I lost the touch. I have to try.
I want you to change one word.
Okay.
Sometimes the word spend can be a negative feeling. And I would like you instead to try using the word give. I give time, or share time is another word that is good to use. Because it has a different meaning for the subconscious mind. And again, if you read it one time and just see how it feels.
I give time with positive and happy friends. Yeah, it's good.
Okay,
I
so
like it.
Let us click the update. And for everybody following through, understand, please, I'm not able to work with everyone tonight, but play with the words. Changing even a single word can make a huge difference to the level of power and meaning that you achieve with your conscious and subconscious mind. You can see how simple the process is. I'm not even needing to coach Anne Catherine so much at this point. She now understands the principles about affirmation. She has her own experience about reading the words, hearing the tonality, giving a score. It's a self-empowering system. Read this statement for me, please.
I read and attend masterclasses about improving myself.
How does
to
it feel?
improve myself, maybe.
Yeah, okay. I really like it that you are not waiting for me to make the suggestion, and you are feeling which are the words you want to change because you're understanding the principle and the process. If you read it one time, how is it feeling now?
I read and attend masterclasses to improve myself. Yeah, I think it's not. I think it's fine now.
And let me just explain, because we have some coaches and people that are working with students here. When you ask someone to read the words, you as a coach can hear in the tonality whether the words are feeling strong for the person or not. But also the student you are coaching, when they are reading the words, they hear themselves. So very often you'll see people making the changes even before you as a coach make the suggestion. And of course, this is part of Ericksonian hypnosis. Milton Erickson, one of the pioneering hypnotherapists in the world, now died some years ago, but he would use a certain type of hypnosis of making some words more meaningful than other words, so it influenced the subconscious mind. And this is exactly as we are doing here in this principle. Update when you're ready, Anne Catherine. And now quickly, let us add any photos that feel okay for this evening because of the time, but also, of course, knowing that you can return to this and take a little while to find the images that are most meaningful for you, so that you are giving maximum power for your map. Good. One more. Good. Now, look at your actions. So the first one, meditate and do physical training 30 minutes, give time with positive and happy friends, read and attend masterclasses. And we're going to go to the next step. And we need to remember the actions that you've stated in this step. And so if you go to the next step is who. And when you click on it, Anne Catherine, now in the who, we want the who to be who is going to help with the action. And your first action was about meditating and exercising 30 minutes. And so if we open up, and we've got wisdom from North, Judith, May Britt, So, okay. And these are people and teachings that you follow or friends that you connect with in meditation. And tell me a little what the meaning is for you.
Wisdom from North is a little bit like goal mapping, only they have gathered different people from around the world who has masterclasses on different subjects to improve your life.
Good. Okay, sounds very good. All right, I understand. Well done. Okay, let's click update. And your next one, is this same as the one below, or are these different people? Some of them are the masterclass people?
No, not so much. This is more friends and family.
Okay. If you're happy with that, let us click the update. And then the top one, the third one. So Think and Grow Rich, the book.
Yes.
By Robert Kiyosaki. And then again, Wisdom from the North. My name's in there, Brian Main, Vicky, and at the end here, who is this?
Success, who there? It's Annabelle Stefanussen. You know her from Norway.
Ah, yeah, I do.
Yeah, because I know you through her.
Yeah, I do. Okay, I just didn't recognize the name at first. Okay, let's click to update here also. And do you have a picture for that third one? I just want to scroll up and see, or do we need to add quick picture just to balance out the map? And then we can go to the final part for tonight, which is to look at the map and to talk very quickly about how we use the map. Okay, good. If you will scroll back to the top of the goal map and just click on the final step where it says view there. And now we can scroll down and we can see your map together in entirety. Okay, well done. How does it feel looking at your map? Are you happy? Does it give you a good feeling?
Yes.
Okay, it looks good. And so here are some of the important things, Anne-Catherine. I want you to download this map. You will see the orange button says download and print, and you don't need to do it now, but I want you to download and print your map, because the important thing now to strengthen those brain cell connections into powerful beliefs to manifest that authentic happiness is to look at your map once each day. And I want you to look at your map, ideally, first thing in the morning. I'm in a hotel here tonight, and I've got my folder with my goal maps with me, and also my life map, because I'm looking at them regularly. And when I'm away from home, I want to see them. First thing in the morning is the most powerful time to look at your maps, because your brain is in a special alpha rhythm and the connection to your subconscious mind is much greater. So you take a moment, you look at your map, and as you look at your map, you say the goals. Now, earlier, just before we started, I created a one-to-one coaching page, but for some reason, it's not showing on your system here, I think. If you scroll up a little, please. I'm not seeing the coaching button. Can I just check what email address you have used on your account here? Because maybe I have the wrong one.
I only have one, but...
Okay. If you... I think...
But I have had this site open for a while. Maybe you have done it in the meantime. So maybe when I refresh it.
I think in creating your map, you've been refreshing as you've been going, but maybe it will show. Try refreshing now. Okay, and now it's there. And so you see at the top in the purple header, the orange button. Click there. This is the coaching page between us. We have a personal messaging system here in the page. And if you go down a little more, here is where your map will share. So let us go back up to the top of the page and click on My Goal Maps again. So we go back to your map. Click on your map, please, on the edit button. And now click on step 8, where it says view. So right at the end, good. And now I want you to go down a little, and you see it says up a little from that, please. Bit more up, bit more, bit more, bit more. Okay. And so there is a blue button that says share with teams. Do you see that button? Share with teams. Blue button just above your middle Y statement. Click on that, please. And you can see it says Gold Lounge and Coach. If you click on Coach, so just beneath where we were, it says Gold Lounge, blue button right there, just a little bit lower than where you were. So where you just clicked, okay, go down a little bit lower, and to the left it says Gold Lounge and Coach. I want you to click on the Coach button. It's just above the Y. Yep, good. And now if you go back to the coaching page, up in the top of the header, the orange button, click there, scroll down, and you will see that you've shared your map with me. And I'm able to open your map all the time you share it with me. So if you no longer want me to see it, you can click the coach button again, it will take it away from the page. But all the time you're sharing it with me as your coach, I'm able to open your goal map here in the coaching page and to write you feedback. And so when you make changes to the pictures or your words, the system will tell me, and I'm able to go there and check the map and write you feedback, which will appear here in the messaging system, and you're able to also ask me questions. All good for you?
Yes.
All right. Thank you so much for being that brave volunteer tonight to be coached openly. Of course, any messages from now on between me and you will be private messages, how to increase the power of your map. I'm going to take the screen share off for a second, and instead I'll share my screen just to demonstrate the process a little more. So if I click onto the coaching button, it looks a little different from you because I'm coaching many people here around the world. But right at the top, we can see your coaching page. And if I go there, I can scroll down, I can open your map, I can check what you have just done. Obviously, we've done the coaching together, so I don't need to check it. But sometimes someone is creating their map, sending it to me in the coaching page, and then asking me to go have a look and write feedback. And I'm able in the messaging system here to write you directly. And I can say, great map tonight. And these messages will appear here in the coaching page, but also an email is sent once a day with a summary of all the messages to make sure that either you don't miss the feedback I'm giving or that I don't miss your questions. So please do stay connected with me over the next month. And Catherine, let me know how you progress. If you're making changes to your map, I'll be interested to see them, give you feedback, and we will make sure the map is as strong as possible. You also have the gold level membership for the next month. And so I would recommend that you create more maps. And also, if you want to add more power to your map, then use the to-do list, because you can take any of your goal maps and you can add more detail. Here we've got my authentic happiness goal map. And if I go into my map, I can plan out any of the actions into greater detail if I want to. So maybe I'm going to write a new gratitude list. As this is my happiness map, maybe I'm going to meditate 20 minutes each day for the next 30 days. If I want to, I can give a specific time and date into my actions, and I can mark them as done, or I can move the sequence of the actions around. And with some maps, it is not necessary to give a lot of detail, but then in other goal maps, such as my business goal map, for instance, then it's much more important to give more detail. And I can choose to map out any of my goals. And some of the maps, I have a lot of detail to them. because they are project goal maps or business goal maps, where I really want to go down into more and more detail like this, which is a business goal map with me and Vicky. Now, I can move any of these actions around. You can see we're in January here. These are the things I need to do in January. I update this every month. And so one of these actions with the workbook has already been taken. I can take it out. Streaming the video for the masterclass again, it's been done. I can take it out. Things that I haven't done that I need to do next month, I can just move them up into another month, and I can print this on paper because, again, I think it's really good to have it printed as well as online. And so quite a dynamic system, and depending on the type of map that I'm creating myself or coaching someone to create, I will get them to write maybe even sometimes a 90-day action plan to follow through. Other things here on the platform, taking a life balance check. And for anybody interested in working with a coach, we have a list of coaches here from around the world, all specializing in different subjects. And if you are interested in being a goal mapping coach, then please do contact me or Vicky. You get used to the platform here. You can see in the notification system, it's letting me go. I've got a new student tonight with Anne-Catherine, but I also get notifications on messages or people sharing maps, changing maps, etc. And I can answer everybody here through the messaging system or directly into their coaching pages. We also have full admin system for people to use that are certified in the program. A quick reminder for everyone, live your map. Hearing me talk about it will not form the brain cell connections. You creating your map forms the brain cell connections. Print it out because you're bringing it into the physical. Sign it. When you sign your map on paper, write it like I've done with mine. Psychologically, it's like making a promise. See it and say it, share it. When you see it and say it, remember, you're re-establishing those brain cell connections. Share it with other people, and on the digital format, you can update it. And the map I'm showing here is my self-esteem map, which is what we'll be focusing on next month. I teach it to my children as well as other children, and I believe it's the greatest gift you can give is to teach goal mapping to children. If you have your own, or if not, if you want to make a presentation to young people. And a quick reminder, it's creating the different maps, one each month. So next month, feeling fantastic self-esteem. And then in March, vibrant well-being, financial freedom, harmonious relationships, and purposeful living. So a set of maps that help us to form neural net of brain cell connections, because that in turn is what helps us to not only feel happy, but to have a great physiology and to be at our best. If you want to learn more about the power behind goal mapping, you can watch any of the video here in the Life Path Journey, and you can access any of the children's material from the Family Center, and you can download the video, the audio, and the workbooks in the Gold Lounge. In each of the coaching rooms, we have the recordings of past masterclasses, but we also have a monthly deep dive workshop called the Golden Opportunity Workshop, and success interviews with people that have achieved amazing things with goal mapping, such as Brandon Block here, world-class DJ, who's been teaching goal mapping for many years, helping people in recovery from drug addiction. At the gold level, you're also able to create a life map, and we'll be focusing on this in coming months, where you map out your qualities of leadership, as well as an action map to help you be at your best. And these additional mapping systems are covered in our Golden Opportunity workshops, where we take a deep dive into the content of the philosophy of goal mapping. So tonight we've been looking at the goal mapping technique and coaching the technique, and in the Golden Opportunity workshops, and we focus on the content. The next Golden Opportunity workshop, a UK time, 10 a.m. So it's a morning workshop, 3.5 hours until 1:30, where we focus on the principle of raising awareness. And we have a number of exercises we go through to help you to identify your inner thought process and paradigm. So it's a deep dive, not into just personal positive thinking and self-belief, but into the deeper levels of how you create your inner picture, self-image paradigm, which is the blueprint of you being your best self. As you can see tonight, working with a coach adds great power, and we have great, amazing goal mapping coaches. If you would like to work with a goal mapping coach, then we have standardized the price from all the different coaches around the world at just £150 for a 1 hour 30 coaching session. And there are different coaches from different countries focusing on different important life areas. Whether you're looking to increase your business, your well-being, raise your self-esteem, or improve your relationships, we have coaches specializing in those different areas. Vicky will have posted the link in the chat if you want to view the personal coaching page. And the thing that I would like to recommend to everyone as we finish this presentation for tonight is the mastery program of Warrior Within. I run this program twice each year. We always run it on the equinox, the equally distant part between winter and summer. It's a very spiritually based program. It runs for 7 weeks, 7 2-hour sessions, 2 hours each week on a Wednesday evening, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. And within the Warrior Within program, we really take a deep dive into the connection between thoughts, feelings, and actions. Repeated thoughts becoming beliefs, repeated feelings becoming attitudes, repeated actions becoming behavior, which shapes our self, and through our self, we shape our life. Over the 7 weeks of Warrior Within, we cover goal mapping, life mapping, action mapping, and self mapping. So we cover all 4 mapping systems, everybody creating all 4 maps, because when you attend Warrior Within, you also take the gold level, so you're able to create all the mapping systems. Here they are, 4 of my maps, which help you to be your best, do your best, live your best life. So in week 1, initiation week, we're covering life mapping and goal mapping, and then self mapping, action mapping. We create another goal map, going through this process of building self-belief, raising self-esteem, finding life purpose, being in your purposeful flow, celebrating success, and connecting with the community. And many people attending Warrior Within have attended it more than once. They come back, join again to increase their level of power. Simple process of learning to believe in yourself, follow your heart, find your power, make your stand for what you believe in life, so that you're able to connect with your purposeful flow. Find your purposeful flow to the place you want to go. A normal price of Warrior Within 495. We have an early bird price at the moment, just 249. And if you are taking the Warrior Win, and this offer is good for another, I've got to check with Vicky because I don't know what the countdown clock is. I think it's 3 days. So in the next 3 days, if you're booking Warrior Win, we are also giving a free coaching session with a coach of your choice. Normally £150, but all included in this special offer of 249, Warrior Win plus a one-to-one coaching session. You can choose when you have that one-to-one coaching session, and you can also choose the coach that you work with. Plus, we're also giving a year's gold upgrade as part of the Warrior Win package. Again, it would normally be £90 English, but it's included in this one price of 249. And so if you'd like to take that special offer, it's good for the next 3 days. You can either contact me or Vicky directly, or you can just sign up through the page where I know that Vicky shared the link. And of course, you can read more detail there about Warrior Within. It is, for me, the most special program I run each year. In fact, me and Vicky are off to film promotional video tomorrow in one of the castles here in Scotland, and ready to start promoting the program that will begin on the 1st of March. So 7 weeks from the 1st of March, so that we have the middle of the program in the equinox. It's a special program. Many people have testified how life-changing it's been for them. I hope you will join us there. For anyone interested in being certified in goal mapping, again, send an email to me and Vicky, and regardless of which level you want to work or where you are, we'll help you teach the program. You can either book the program directly, or you can book a call with me and Vicky. If you'd like to mix and meet and talk with some of the other coaches and hear how they are working with it, we have a special open day, a showcase